It is very, very sad. Afia Pokua PSA in Sembia Babato the social media handles also. Now, all kind and Treye our dear Babagusua, Nessa Utiem Akomu into details, up meanings into it. It means Afia Pokua is planning something. In fact, Aha Obejenekra at the free nation. In fact, Kevin Taylor and so I react in seminar home or Mukopium will mention the back and front of it. I rejected a year or my apology or the ecopium ever honum. Now, fast forward, the Mamma found call Nayentie a and some Afia Pokua editor to the social media page. A month for a fan say Afia Pokua episode with Dino Woo and I saw one casa Ejenekra at the free nation. And some of the band say, let's Ghana and Ghanaians jubilate when they hear about my death. Because I have committed a crime that has not been committed before and it cannot be forgiven. It's okay for me to be buried alive. So Ghanaian citizens will be satisfied. And sema Afia Pokua Edia Babato the social media page, Nessa was say. In fact, it's a Ghana for yetese wawua yema yenenje because waye bonia obia bida. Nemom ono de eyema no mum say yensie na munimu no so krampa ye besie no na Ghana for akoma atomo yem. Also the next message and so esaba was Lord Lord God Almighty, hear my cry. I am facing rejection and disgrace, suffering from pain, fear, and I'm in constant sorrow. Who do I turn to? Where do I go? Where do I belong? Lord, hear my cry. Sister Felicia Buoduoke, thank you for this. I'll say, when you say a prayer, kindly say one for me. I need it now than ever. In fact, Utie Afia Pokua PSA second message and so or the better montia. Nesse, in fact, BB chasing kasa because Omoko Mensiano and him for no I can't say in fact, baby a wakaka akono. In fact, a honor true. Na near ma a bedin a chino, Utimuse, a near mano ashasia, day in, day out. And no this and same way Eddie Ababato or Montiama man for a ready meanings into it. Nano Anna Kevin Taylor and so about chipping in. And the same year, in fact, Manu Wadi ain't mean Cassan Seminole. Yet take Kevin Taylor.
The Maya I am for a penny for no, we've lost it. That's what I'm saying, say. Whatever this lady said, it's been said. And on earth till we all pass away, nobody can clean it. It is there. But how do we handle it? Especially, how do we handle it? Is this the best way we handle issues at Mensia? Is this how things are handled? You people want to tell us that this is how Otufo handles issues. So you people have denigrated. Mati eyetumina yesisi kejwa no mati so. Nti won asama na modwene se ewosanka munya abotre na mpese pesem na mutie mu ye ahopepre ene nkwara bia mutie mu social media nti ahemfie kase sei mu ahemfo amuhia mogu nenim ase. Because this is how most of us now perceive Mensia. So na Mensia no sa asem koduru a ahemfo didi atam ni ensem kasei ene wo ma no. Enti ye nchiriba na de na ye kire omo. Petty tribal discourse. Social media. Na nkwara they don't even understand what they are talking about. Na be personal. You know, there's one thing that I noticed. BBC published a story way, right? And you could see clearly say story na BBC published. It basically exposes how our traditional system or our customs, how we need to elevate it. It is archaic. It is primitive. You know why it is primitive? It is primitive, and this is not only to Ebia Asante. It is primitive around the nation. And maybe Asembi and Yechahun Edeka Asembi. Now, when you read, and I would see, and I will read a BBC for story now. the BBC reporter interviewed a Menshia historian. So the statement or the quote that was in the BBC report, it wasn't from somebody on the street. It was from Menshia Abakwasam Nipa Odano. Now, so already how things are being done, then it means we are at a stage where sebio obi wono ya nema ye beka se chukobilo ye benom. I'm telling you. And nobody should, at the end of the day, onto the customs. Na mamrene manmani entwene na onkofo obi de never. But we are also not supposed to be foolish and carry the ones that have been making things tough for us still around this time. Now, share the story. Let's break this down quickly. I don't want to spend too much time because, to be very fair with you, this story is not relevant. It's not going to change anything in Ghana. This Afia Pokua issue, what is relevant about this whole story is the message the woman put out. The communities around it, I don't see it as relevant. It's just a waste of time. The most relevant part of this whole thing is asemna oba ne kaye no, because ohini a wote asem so utubi bo usire mu ka asem then it is very critical that we have to be careful about the people we call leaders, because at a point na ahemfo no any abayo ne kasa no ohini ba ko ka say me sure say asuma, we have no evidence. If you're a chief, we are penyini na ide asem be si wu na so na ogina otumfo mpobuo ma, you don't speculate. Idea friend speculation. So once otumfo and a sumawa wotene mpobuoma, yemfa speculations and casem. Because the moment you use speculations and the casem no, then it means to say asem na nkasa wonimu na ebia e your time bi and the tiasem no so. Na obi aso nim se ura eye menhia. Ye ne fresi kedwa e de bosom ketwa ana bosom. That means to say asem na wote so no kra no enye no kra na wudi. In the video be who saw him be.
So that is where Kevin Ekobedu Taylor odi agroko na okeka ko. Kevin Ekobedu Taylor there ofi e hyase di agroko baby e ho tro there enye ne e no be hyase baby e tro nko a na Kevin Ekobedu Taylor odi agro esa edeko. Yentie eye the second part of the video e some Kevin Ekobedu Taylor esa de to aso.
I say wo yasoma wo wakojiska without providing any evidence, I felt ashamed for Menshia. Na ma feria ma or say tutu. If we say nka bosremuka and I say in some yetieti and kwanchan yedidia samu Menshia dia, then at the end of the day, anybody can bribe their way through Menshia. But because asante hine enim say san nyoma no entumi mboa me emfa nchichiri kuro enja edin pa n20 uko Menshia answer otumfo betu ohini bi no onfa speculations into hine. Na nse wetu ahimfu bebre. So uti otumfo anu asema me say minim say me hwehwe mu no me tonsa frɛw me busa obia no de me behu ye nie. So he's speaking based on fact. Na so utina otumfo mpobuom na also your hine we frantoma. Na say all the speculations na ebu asema, then without due respect you are more dangerous than Sebio Asantemai eye abosuma yakutia omo. And when I heard that from the chief, me saw him because I know man no feme me se feme me say ahindie ne amemu agosa no and they tena menhia e the speculations bosremuka and they de ka asem menhia o yemfa bosremuka and ka asem o menhia. It means you are lowering the ethics, you are lowering the trust, you are lowering what people perceive menhia to be. Now we are all beginning to believe that in Sembebreko Benchiano a Busremuka judgment. Because Ohini bia otna asem we bia so no na otimu ema otumfo. That means otumfo uses speculations to judge cases in Menshia. That's a question. Omo makam go social media, omo do embobaba pre, omo no, they don't even understand why they are doing what they are doing. So I don't spend my time on people who don't even understand. Because what you don't know, you don't know. So I wouldn't engage a young man, a young woman who has just heard to say, yeah, Santifo. No, I wouldn't engage you because your level of understanding is very weak. And you are not somebody I have to engage. I have to engage people who matter, who understand this issue. The message from Afia Pokua cuts deep. It cuts deep. And if we don't deal with it, it is going to come and destroy us. People like us, we have spoken on such issues so many times. But normally, it takes one person to, at the end of the day, break some record around all of us. So, a reporter, Menshia, a BBC, a reporter here now. Let's make it simple. So, we'll read this story now. Journalist apology not enough to satisfy Ghanaian king. Meaning, almost say, Afia Pokua, achop no kweno, asante for hineno, and soneni, meaning, mo na mo te wodi nyina na mo represent 2482. Into so your hene na ahemfo akese e wa santimemu otufo ka se kotena makonwem na di asem na odi speculation na otumi bie wa na ka se yetua wo ka ya soma wo na wo sa nipa you don't deserve to even sit at the table of kids. Say enkwara hia eni se nka wotena mu bi every say sebio so otufo dim say wa adwene wo form sa o montena na konwem onim say you are going there to ask for the facts before you speak. Na say wo sa wo hene no wa adwene wo form we go tumfo nim ase. I'm being, you see, I don't disrespect anybody, but I want to asem oni ye de bekire ebua e wosa woji. Enti reporting every BBC nature say asantefo hene no o say eye a chopa na omde bae no onje. Time and omka so no tumfo to odabi, and so the records will show that it happened in Menshia. The record will show say ohini bia na otia asem nisu bia na e tumfo nti no to. You see? Enti when we are talking about limiting the relevance of Menshia, ahemfunom kotene muma otufo no didi obatem, because the whole world that will be on record say Menshia na yebuno, Menshia na yenim say sebio otufo maame sebio ka baby nyamemfa no nkresie Menshia na ahema ewo obi no ehɔ ne yedi oba bebutu hɔ edin atam efa sene otie se baby a ofri eno. It shows the mentality of Menshia. I could have said the mentality of Otumfo, but I'm not going to say it because Menshia no Otumfo dia. Menshia ya asante dia. So it's Menshia na and the biayedine duno. That is what we are talking about. The actions or the statement, the utterances a see wo Menshia no, it has cut deep and limited the respect hundreds and hundreds of people around the world to be on the Menshia. Because if you're a human rights advocate, those people around the world who revered Menshia, when they see such a picture, when they see or hear such utterances from Ohenia or Te Edien or Te Ahimfia or represent the Ashanti King, it means that is what the Ashanti King they recognizes. Don't take these things lightly. Don't see it as another.
Nti ano na ye Kevin Ekobedu Taylor na nsama ode ababeguo abehwie abachero na adwen about ye Menshia, how they treated the Afia Pokua and one kasa the personal opinion bi a ode esoso ewo honom. This video no ye hu se Afia Pokua e de nsema beton mountain. How are you also reading meanings into it? Mami hu adwenche ewo comment section ma ha e Dowona TV. Follow you ewo YouTube and Facebook.